Howdy, 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 and good morning, gang. Today you're joining me at Little Gransden Airfield for a classic car show and air show. And they got a bunch of other cool, fun stuff going on, like military stuff by the looks of it. There's tanks here. We'll go check them out in a minute. Um, Lots of MX-5s. Not here, but over there. And I thought that was the car show. And I'd lie to you guys if I was going to say I wasn't a little bit disappointed. Then I come around the corner, I spotted these gems and these gems, and then a biplane come and landed. Probably should have got that as the intro, but it was a bit late on the camera. Anyway, let's go snoop around and see what we can see. Now that's something you definitely don't see every day. Pretty sure that's called a Dreiedecker, and it's German. I had a model of one of them when I was a kid, Micro Machine, and it's called a Dreiedecker because it's got three wings, because eins, zwei, drei, right? Wow, that's freaking cool. I can't wait to tell my old man about that. First sight of the day, brilliant. Right, we'll do a bit of a walkthrough of the car show now. Starting at the back, there's a Land Rover fire truck there. Pretty cool. Right next to it, purple, or is it plum crazy Dodge Demon? That's pretty cool. Lotus Esprit. A collection of Caterhams, Westfields, and the like. It was a pretty good turnout, really. I think they advertised something like 300 plus cars. Oh, Chimera, one of my favourite TVRs. There's a couple other TVRs here as well. We'll go have a look at those here in a moment. And then, I don't know if that's a stunt plane, but looks like it's very capable. You probably can't see it on my footage here, but there's a couple of gliders that have been towed off into the distance there. Lovely Mini, lovely Daimler, a couple of nice green Fords, another TVR, and then the Demon. And that Demon looked nice. Yeah, that's special. Ah, this is a collection of Stangs. And then the Land Rover Fire Brigade. Wow. That's pretty basic. This Mercedes here is pretty cool as well. Has caught my eye. Lovely colour. I also like, not sure what model this is, but they got the picnic arrangement in the back here. Auto Bentley. Some nice Austin Healey's. Saw some of these racing yesterday at Lowton Park. If you want to see them racing, check out my video that was out yesterday, or uploaded today. Sorry, it won't be uploaded today for you guys. It will be out now though if you're watching this. I just uploaded it today, is what I meant to say. These are becoming quite rare. The is it the Coupe Sport, are they called? 1.8 turbo, I think. Lovely Zodiac there, tucked away, really clean. So yeah, that Dreiedecker was, I was really not expecting to see that. They put a lineup of what aircraft's going to be here this weekend, and that was not on the list. So that was really nice. So we got a biplane landing. Brilliant. Oh, this is a really cool event. Another Stang, also in green. Sierra Cosworth. I'm not sure what that is. Let's inspect. I was going to say it was a Plymouth, but I'm probably wrong. Ah, it's a Charger, of course. Yes. So, that's kind of close. Definitely a Mopar. Oh, another Cosworth with a different variant. That's nice. I'm loving the colour on that as well. I think there's a Mark 1 Prelude there. I think. Is that a Mark 2 Jag? Oh, wow. And this is quite a rare one, this MG. Don't see them too often. Lovely Riley. Do like that. So, I'm just going to go back to the car. And this thing's come around the corner, carrying people. How cool is that? They've actually got another steam engine over there, a lot smaller than this one. Wow, that is unreal. I was not expecting to see that. That's cool as hell. Another thing I'd like to point out as I'd walking back to the car is there's been no end of planes coming in to land. And every single one, other than the dry decker, which has 3 wings, have all been biplanes. Oh, that seemed a bit rough. They got the band on, playing a bunch of popular songs, and I'm here right next to the little steam engine and the big boy. And the heat coming off of these is unreal. But look at all the gears, it's all exposed, and the controls. Oh, and the coal. This is fascinating. It's steaming down there. Wowie zowie. Look, you can see down here the steam coming out. Components are much larger on this thing. I mean, look at the gear on that. I put my hand there. Gives you an idea. It's much bigger than my hand. Not that I've actually got large hands, but I mean, just the wheel. Right, I'm going to stand. Yeah, the wheel is taller than me, and I'm 5'10". Wow, this is brilliant. I love the wood roof as well. So cool. On top of the multiple stands and attractions here at Little Gransden, there's a Star Wars one here. I bought a Hot Wheels from them earlier. That was after. There's people dressed up. Looks like a couple of bounty hunters there. Stormtrooper. And I've seen Chewbacca around somewhere. But I don't see him right now. But rest assured, if I see him, I will be capturing him somewhere. And then another thing we got here at Little Gransden is a couple of tanks. I'm not sure my models of tank, so I couldn't tell you what they are, but this one looks like a little attack one based on the weaponry on it. And then I'm pretty sure this one is anti-aircraft. I'm kind of cheating there, not because of the things on the roof pointing towards the sky. I walked past a fella that was at the back, because the back of this is open. I'll show you guys. And as he walked past it, he looked inside and he went, "Oh yeah, that's anti-aircraft," but I don't know what he was looking at. But I imagine it was something here. Oh, wow. Oh, the exhaust is nuts. Imagine seeing this thing fire off a couple rounds. I bet it's loud as anything. I think those shoot stuff out as well, like maybe a flare to stop it getting attacked. People who know their military vehicles, feel free to comment, let me know. But yeah, that's what a sight. Oh, you can see, wow, look at the little windows. One there, one there. Sorry, fingers in the way. Right, I'm gonna go check out the flight schedule. See when we can expect some flybys. I've heard this. Sorry, mate. I just got in the way of a photographer. I feel like an idiot. Heard there's Lancaster though, so hopefully that should be good. One thing cool about the car show, air show, Little Gransden, is you can bring your pooch. And plenty of people have brought them, which is lovely. You'll love to see it. Right, onto this section of cars, which is mostly BMWs and a lot of MX-5s. We'll go check it out anyway.
That flag is, it looks small from here in a minute, but it's actually 200 square feet, so it's 20 feet or 10 feet large. So there we go. Does get you a bit dizzy underneath when you start doing that. So all the guys on the team, they've got quite a few jumps between them now. Guys with least experience on the team has got around about 800 jumps jumping today. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, so that's one of our first guys coming in, doing his pattern, his landing pattern as he comes in over the top of us. So ladies and gentlemen, can I get a big round of applause for our first jumper in today? Very nicely done, there we go. If he lands on the cross, give him a big cheer. Oh, we're sure there. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, for our second guy in today, this is Lee. Big round of applause, please, for our next parachute in today into the arena. Yeah, well, it's Lee's final parachutist today coming in. Flying the Union Jack. And there we go. So big round of applause, please, for our last guy in from the jump dogs.
The rate of roll was so high, my head actually hit the canopy. Oh, what's interesting about this aircraft is it wasn't only used as an aerobatic and display aircraft, it was also used as a training aircraft by the air forces of Ukraine, Lithuania, Russia, and various other of the former Soviet pact countries. It has what can only be described as excellent characteristics. It really does fly beautifully, this thing. Good and positive in roll, and then he keeps it going by keeping the rudder on, so it's literally flick rolls across the top of the loop there, that's brilliant. Now this is a totally different aircraft to the first Pit Special. Believe it or not, the first Pit Special flew in 1944 during the Second World War. That's how big the aircraft industry was in America. They were at full stretch producing wartime aircraft, bombers, fighters and so on, transporters. They also had small companies. One of these was run by a man called Curtis Pitts. And a lady called Betty Skelton, who was a championship aerobatic player, approached him and said she wanted to improve.
De Havilland DH9, one of three flying.
It's supposed to produce 300 horsepower. It very rarely
And
produces
also up in the air with it is the German Dreier-Decker.
More DH9s were lost over enemy lines due to engine failure. And they were in Kubrak. Bought the aircraft
Cool
in
little fact about this Douglas Invader. It was bought for $1,776. What a deal.
Fast, powerful, in 3 VIX formation. This is a formation developed in the 1930s as a means of attacking an undefended bomber, on the assumption that France would never fall. The aim of that formation is that you can concentrate the firepower of 3 aircraft onto a single target. In big VIC formation, I should explain this is a very difficult formation to fly because if somebody near the centre makes a slight wobble, the next man out makes a bigger one, and the one on the end is pushed up and down or outwards, rather like the end of a whip. Right cyclones, 17 horsepower each.
Beautiful.
Rugged airframes. Photographs, you'll see an aircraft battle damage. 40. Lost an awful lot of aircraft. The Americans, however, took a different point of view. They armed this aeroplane with no fewer than 13 machine guns. 2 in the turret under the nose on the G model. On the earlier models, that turret wasn't there. Andy Dixon making a run past with 2 of the engines smoking to show you.
Wow, that's cool. What a cool demo on the V-17.
UK with battle damage from fighters or flak.
Never seen that before.
Often trailing smoke from damaged engines.
Well, I've never known it. I don't know what's going on.
The fella flying this plane is in his 70s, and he's flown the plane from Australia to the UK with no GPS, just a map and a compass. What a dude.
Now, Herth and various other companies have come up with ways of fixing that. So even with carbureted engines, you can keep the fuel flowing to the engine, and stop the oil from jamming up the works.
So here we have two Spartans, which is, it's rare to see a Spartan, let alone two, but one of the Spartans from the factory normally came not painted, and that second one that's tailing the not painted one is actually painted from factory, so an even rarer Spartan. There's a bunch of rare stuff that's been here, according to the commentator this weekend, so I feel honoured really to see it out and about and surviving, flying, you know, how cool is that?
As I said, very, very rare aeroplanes indeed, these. Spartan executives. Manufactured by the Spartan Aircraft Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That company was owned actually by Paul J. Getty, famous American industrialist and
God, they look great.
From 1935, which interestingly is the year. So that's a very big powerful engine in the front of this. Now, why do I say it's so rare?
To give you an idea of how rare the painted one is, they only made 34 total of these aircraft. And the fellow on the tannoy just said that 19 of them still exist. 2 in the UK, and these are the 2 right here. This is brilliant stuff. The painted one looks so cool.
Remember I said most of the Spartans built were finished in natural metal. The aircraft, second aircraft here, is in that very distinctive grey ski. It's a little bit different from most Spartans. It has longer range fuel tanks and different engine air scoops.
All the air shows going on. Lovely Cobra here. I've gone back to check out the cars because there's not as many people. Obviously everyone's watching the planes. But I wanted to show you guys the interior of this Vauxhall. Crazy. And then also, because I didn't get to do a full walk around for you guys, where did I get to? I think I got to this row.
Very, very passionate.
So we'll finish off
following.
the last couple of rows. That charger looks nice.
Exceptionally well.
We'll cut straight through, because I'm sure you guys have seen this already. I did it in the morning, so it's hard for me to remember. Oh, one I want to show you guys is this Datsun right here. Green one. Look at this. That's pretty cool. And then that is a Prelude. Barracuda. Hillman. And then there's a TVR lurking over there. And a lovely Escort. Then that's like the end of the row of the classic cars here. The fella who won has a M5. Pretty sure it's the silver one. I don't know if I got footage of it, but if I did, that's the dude who won. It's actually ran by
Ladies and gentlemen,
Practical Classics magazine. So that's pretty cool because I actually buy that. So I reckon that'll wrap it up for the cars today, folks. And then maybe a few more planes, and that's it for the day.
Training aircraft, it's easy to fly, but difficult to fly well. Well, this is one of those. Stick-like undercarriage, but quite bizarre on the ground. Realised by the Mark III that wasn't necessary. So 3, 4 and 5 will have a much shorter undercarriage. So pilots joining the Royal Air Force would start their initial flying training on aircraft like the Chipmunk, or later on the Bulldog, and they go on to this. Of a very much bulged canopy, the fully pressurised cockpit. I see that hump over the cockpit. That's interesting. Having said that about the aircraft, I was talking to a guy who used to instruct on these at Linton on Ouse. And he said, I don't know why they made it pressurised. I don't know why they made ours pressurised. And I said, why? What did you do? And he said, well, we were doing low-level navigation training. I don't think I ever got above 1,000 feet in the entire time I was there. You can see the dotty smoke trail. So, ladies and gentlemen, beginning their display, the global stars. Mark Jeffries in the lead, known to everyone as Mr. Yak. For many years, the sole importer of Yak aircraft into this country. Very experienced airshow pilot. Of course, competition aerobatic pilot, forming the team to take advantage of the performance of the new Extra 300 series of aircraft. Flying to his left is Chris Burkitt. Chris, you may remember, did a remarkable display in Extra 300 where he flew alongside a scale radio control model. So the radio control model was doing an aerobatic routine close to the audience, and he that really is quite something. I mean, those hard yugs as he goes from the 45 to the vertical in practically the length of the aircraft. I have no idea what the peak G is there, but it's going to be somewhere around about 6 or 7. Two L4s here, both on the British Civil Register, being flown for us today by their owners, Tom Turner, Phil Hardesty.
Well, gang, that's another one done and dusted here at Little Gransden. I really enjoyed it today. It's been a fun day. Bit of a long drive, but it was worth it. And I think I'd recommend it. So, if you're near Little Gransden next year, check it out. If you made it this far, I'd consider liking and subscribing for more content. I'm off to Alton Park tomorrow, so if you want to check that out, that'll be uploaded after this one. Peace out, gang.